Hello everybody, it is Sunday, the 11th of September. I want to talk about this new world order and who is going to build it once this system collapses. Somebody's just directed me toward a video by Cliff High, which thank you very much. It was very good and it made things a bit clearer. What is important, became clearer. Now I keep hearing, do not break the law or I cannot help you. And so what law is it you're not to break? It is your own law, it is your own truth that you are not to break. David Icke says, we must be our truth. Although he means that the individual should just speak their truth and damn the consequences, which is actually not how it works. It's not damn the consequences. You speak your truth in order to give your perspective to whatever group you are in. And it is not my will shall be done, but it is in order to give. But then the whole, whatever group it is you are in, must decide which perspective would serve the group the best. That is why we are individuals, so that we can see things from different angles. And it is not my will must be done, I am the only truth. Because you're not, you're only seeing things from a certain perspective. The other perspectives are also truth. It is just a question of which would serve the best at that moment. So the other thing Cliff High was talking about, and it is what I've been saying, very much so, and that is that the pyramid system is not natural to us. But that we are, as I said, individuals that should give to one another. We are decentralized in our nature. We are a decentralized species. So we are working in a system that is not according to our nature, that is not according to our law. Because that is what brings our law, is out of our nature, our knowing of good and evil according to our nature. And our nature arises out of the rest of nature, or it should. And that is precisely what we've been led away from the knowledge of ourselves, which used to grow out of the knowledge of this world. We are in an artificial world. We no longer know our truth. We've been detached from it. So then this morning, when I went onto my doorstep first thing, and with a feeling of dread at the moment, there's a lot coming toward me, sorry, next week that I fear. And you know what to ask for. What is it you should ask for? And this thought of take away the fear was there straight away. Just take away the fear. And corrected myself straight away. It is not my fear that is at fault. My fear is righteous. It is justifiable. What is coming toward me is real. Folks, this is real. And but what is coming toward me is built by the system. I'm not at fault. My fear is not at fault. It is the system that is at fault. That is going to put me into this impossible situation. So that stop looking for fault within ourselves. I mean, look at what you're actually doing. You know, are you that completely greedy thing that is because of which this world is coming down? Or are you just within reason with what you're doing yourself? Is it actually you that is bringing the whole thing down? And I tell you, it's not. Most likely not. So don't take away the fear. That is our truth. For many of us, that is our truth. And it shouldn't be taken away. But then there's two emotions in me. One is fear, and then the thought that anything is possible, which brings hope. You know. Sorry. The last thing in Pandora's box is hope. So hope of what? What should happen? We are enslaved in the system. And Cliff High is right. It makes us things do that are not according to human nature. That are not according to what we know to be truth. That is not according to what we know to be good. But we are forced into doing things that to survive. So we should not fear the collapse of the system, because once it does, for a very short period of time, before the powers that be have reorganized themselves completely to take over again, because that's what happens in every revolution. We build our own system for a while, only for the powers that be to creep in again to rebuild the pyramid. So in that short period of time, we must be our truth. We must act toward each other and everything else according to our true nature. And that is our better nature. The other thing is in us, and sometimes we will have to use it. You know, sometimes we will have to fight. But not being in that mode for the sake of it, being taken over by it, having everything around you as a threat, and then just tunnel vision on, I need to fight my way through this. But be your truth at the time and let your better nature come through. Your caring side, the side that wants to be connected, the one side that wants to give, the side that wants to give to others. You need to let that come through and do according to it. Don't break the law. Don't break your own law. Once we enter into the wilderness completely, do not break your own law, but be according to it. Be according to your truth. And if we can do that and sustain ourselves and build not one big system, it will not be one big system, but millions of small systems, small groups, what Cliff High referred to as tribes. Tribes that are connected with each other. Not every tribe connected to every other tribe, but through one to the next, that one to the next, and therefore you create a web. That is our true nature. That would be the correct system to live in for us in this world. And then reconnect to the knowledge the old knowledge of nature, because that is where we truly receive. You cannot eat money, you cannot eat profit. We know that. Yet we are working in a system, we are serving a system that is producing that. And we are in need. So we should not fear the system to come down, although it is uncertainty and it will for a while take away that which kind of kept you alive. So fear would be natural, but we must not be overcome by it. And once it does, just revert to our own true nature. But people in war times, what does it say in this book? Those were the best of times, those were the worst of times. Tale of Two Cities, isn't it? Best of times because the system had lost its grip. Best of times because human nature actually rose up to take over control and organize life according to itself. That's what made it the best of times. So no, we should not fear the collapse of the system, but we must be true to ourselves when it does. We must revert back to our natural state. And as I said, first of all, our better nature, which is the will to connect, which is the will to give, which is the will to care for each other and do according to it. But if we come up against something that is against what it is we're trying to protect, what it is we're trying to build, something comes up against it, we have another side. We can defend ourselves, and we should. At that moment again, fighting back is morally justifiable. It is righteous. Do not be told it is not. Anyway, I think I will leave it at this for today, and talk to you again soon. Bye.